Hey, let's catch up.
You've been waiting so long, I'm here to answer your call. I know that I shouldn't have had you waiting at all. I've been so busy, but I've been thinking about what I wanna do with you. I know them other guys, they've been talking about the way I do what I do. They heard I was good, they wanna see if it's true. They know you're the one I wanna give it to. I can see you want me too. Now it's me and you.
Wednesday, and so far this week I have managed to sprain my knee, almost cry when coming out of my car to fill up petrol, and my hair has frizzed all the way up and I just haven't had the time to wash it, so that's been fun. I am working at home for the second day in a row, which is just not one of my aims for this year. I really wanted to be back in the office properly, and then this has happened. I haven't been to the gym at all this week because of my knee. Fantastic. The only good thing of all of this is I've actually stuck to my fast. I think I broke like half an hour early yesterday, but there were too many people eating around me. I really do need to work on my self-control, but like everyone was eating and I just thought, I'm gonna go break this thing now. Other than that, is this good news? No, not yet. I feel like it's been a slow week. It's really cold this week, but it's been a slow week. I just thought I'd pick you up so we could catch up a little bit. Guys, my knee, I don't even know what happened to it. I think it must have been when we went bouldering. So I went bouldering with Mr. Man on Thursday. I wasn't vlogging last week. I thought you knew that, but I wasn't vlogging. I went bouldering with Mr. Man on Thursday, and I must have like landed funny when I was coming down off the wall. And there was a point where I remember feeling like, oh, my knees are feeling a bit dodgy, but I just thought that was just in general. Then I went out on Saturday and I wore heels literally the whole day. We were out the whole day. And then by Sunday, I'm thinking my knee's a bit, she's not feeling fantastic, if I'm honest. And then went into the office on Monday. By the time I was coming home, guys, I literally couldn't take the stairs down after work. I had to get in the lift. So yeah, that wasn't fun. And then when I was going to the car park, walking to the car park took me about 1,000 years, first of all. Second of all, guys, I literally couldn't get into my car. So this is like, I'm in the car, right? Cool. I'm now out of the car. I literally had to hold on to the side of the car and like go into the car like sideways because my leg would just not bend, or it would bend, but it would pain. It was excruciating. And then on the way home, I needed to fill up because I forgot to stop at Costco before leaving. So I stopped off at the fuel station close to my house. Guys, I promise you, my eyes, tears literally were brimming. It was so painful to get in and out of the car. The minute I started struggling to get out of the car, I should have just said, yeah, no, bun this, and gone home. But I decided to try, filled up my car, and getting back in, oh my gosh. Oh. So after that, obviously did not go into the office. I've been at home since. I spoke to my manager, I'll go in when my knee's feeling like she can handle it. And right now, that's not the case. Also, Nigeria playing in the AFCON semi-finals tonight, and I was supposed to go to a watch party with Ozo and Ijoka on Yoruba. And this is literally one of the rare opportunities where my two worlds are colliding. And I'm just not going to be there. I'm just so sad. But apparently we take care of ourselves and we don't push ourselves, even though we want to go out. Yeah, I say apparently because I'm still like, where should I go? I don't know. Anyway, I am about to work on my CV because my uncle actually asked for it. He wanted me to send it to him so he can send it to other people. So I'm going to work on my CV during my lunch while I watch a bit of YouTube. I've just found this YouTuber called Chinny Francis. Haven't watched a single video, but I just like scrolled through her posts and they look interesting. So Maybe we found a new YouTuber. I will report back after I've binged a couple of her videos. So yeah, that is... I would catch up a bit more, but my camera is flashing, so I do think it's about to die, which isn't ideal. But I'm going to love you and leave you for a sec while I work on my CV. And I will pick you up later. Okay, so we're back. Don't mind what I look like. I am really, really cold, but I'm determined to not turn the heating on yet. I'll turn it on when like people are about to come back into the house, so then it's not just me that the house is being heated for. I do have a call now, but I don't think I have to speak on it, so that's great because I've literally had nothing but calls today and I'm kind of sick of it. Ooh, I want my mug. Oh guys, I have this tea pigs. I think it's like a berry tea. It's terrible, absolutely terrible, but it's keeping me warm, so yay to that. Oof. Yeah, as I said, I've got a call now. I don't think I have to speak on it. I've had back-to-back calls all day, which is just disgusting. I don't know why everyone suddenly wants to talk to Jimsy. I mean, I know I'm like amazing and whatnot, but like, relax, guys. There's, you know, there's a piece of me for everybody. Actually, there isn't, because... Okay, so what I was trying to say before my camera was about to die is how... I feel like I want to start doing things a bit more intentionally to like cultivate a life that I'm excited about. And not to say I'm not excited about life, but I do feel like when I was a little bit younger, I used to do more things just because they brought me joy. And now I'm like, oh, I can't do that because it conflicts with this. Or, oh, I've got to do this for this. Like a lot of the reasons I say no to myself doing ththings is because they'll conflict with other people. And I was listening to a podcast. I think it was actually the Psychology of Your 20s podcast. I can't remember what episode it was. It was Sunday's one from this week. And essentially, she'd mentioned how... when like we don't do things just for joy as much anymore, which is insane, and I really do want to start doing things for joy a bit more. That could literally be like picking up my violin again. I literally been thinking so much about picking up my violin again. It's definitely something I need to do. Doing a pottery class. I really want to learn how to like throw clay. I just want to do a bit more painting, even though I suck at painting, but I think it's a bit of fun. I want to do more reading for fun. I just want to carve out more time for these things. And I just think, am I a bit insane? Because I've also decided that I want to be consistent with YouTube. I'm going to go back to posting on TikTok in February. So am I taking a lot on? It doesn't feel like it, because I'm not really doing more. I'm doing less in order to do things that make me happier. So that starts with, say for example, Run Club. I'm only going twice a month, because I just can't be there every month. I just can't be there every week, and also have time to chill on the weekend, you know, because we end up spending the whole day at Run Club, and I'm just not doing that.
I've been waiting, think I wanna make a move now. Baby, tell me if you like it, tell me if you like it now. I've been waiting, think I wanna make a move now. Baby, tell me how you like it.
Hello, good morning. So in a complete turn of events, I have decided to go into the office today. My leg does in fact hurt, but I just feel like I should be in the office, and also I'm not really doing a lot at home. I think I could be a lot more productive, but because I don't know, this week has just not been the best for productivity. I really should have brought my mic today. Anyway, this week has not really been the best for productivity, so I have decided to come to the office. Also, it is a lot easier to fast when I'm in the office, because at home, especially where my sister is home from uni, please don't fall. She just comes down and she makes food, and it's like, oh my gosh, I am in fact hungry, but I will feed myself with the word of God, can I hear an amen? Thank you. But I was just thinking about what I was saying yesterday about how I'm trying to like create this life where I'm like in love with my life, as opposed to like, yeah, like life is good, life's okay. No, I love my life. Do you know what I mean? I like my life right now, but I do think I could definitely love my life. Also, look at my hair. It was like, so I did sock curls last night to sleep in, and then woke up. I did the one at the front, you know, where people put like the bouncy blow dry or whatever, they do the sock curls at the front. I did the sock curls at the front, and they looked so good. Unfortunately, the curls that I did on the rest of my head, because my hair is so short, it just looked frizzy more than anything. So I put that up in a, oh, what's happening here? So I put that up in a, I just like tied it back and then left the front pieces, and I think they look really cute. I really need to buy some hairspray so it lasts a bit longer. I'm just using the spritz thing that my cousin asked me to get her from Nigeria when I went in October. But yeah, it's cute. Anyway, going back to what I was thinking yesterday, I definitely don't think that I'm alone in wanting to like create a life that I'm in love with. Especially, I haven't been on TikTok in a while, like half a month now. I know before that, a lot of the discourse, and also on YouTube, to be fair, is people saying that they want to be doing more things outside of work. They want to go and do sports. They want to do stuff that's creative. And I just think it links so much to this YouTube video that I watched a couple of months ago. I put it in my anti-doom scrolling chronicles on TikTok, but I will put the video on the screen now and put a link to it in the description. But it links back to that video in the sense that people actually want lazy girl jobs so that they can live life outside of work. And I'm on the fence about whether or not that's a good thing. On the one hand, I think, especially as someone who started working properly during the COVID era, so my internship was literally the year after COVID. 2021 is when I started, and obviously hybrid working was just a thing. Now my role specifically, I worked in manufacturing, so I rarely got to work from home, but I was definitely in that kind of environment where most people work from home. It usually was only on a Friday, so most people came in Monday to Thursday, worked from home on a Friday, but it was always a thing. And like, if I needed to work from home, I would just say, can I please work from home today, make sure I have stuff to do at home. Now, a lot of the older generation hate working from home because they've never really, it's not a thing, you know. And as someone who is part of the COVID generation when it comes to work, I am so grateful for working from home, because even if it's little things like putting the washing in, or going for a walk at lunch, or going to do my shopping on my lunch break, running errands, like, it just makes so much sense. Being able to work from home makes so much sense. However, I do think this generation is taking working from home a little far. Remote jobs are on the up, people are only looking for hybrid roles, nobody really wants to go into the office, and you can't blame them. But also, is that making us lazy? One of the engineering managers at the company I did my internship at told me that his aim, or my aim, should be to find a job that pays me really well but for less effort. So if I had a graph of pay to effort, where I want to be is below the curve. Editing Jamara, please correct me if I'm wrong. I can't bother to think. No, I want to be above the curve. And I think it's so interesting because he said that years ago, as someone who's been working in engineering for a long time, and now here we are literally saying the exact same thing. We want to be paid a lot for doing minimal effort. I did not work hard at uni to come to work now and not have life outside of work. Like, are you insane? So I don't live very close to my work office, right? I live in London, my work is outside of London. And my manager always asks me, so are you gonna move here soon? Like, are you thinking about it? Are you gonna get a place? And I just think, listen, you actually don't pay me enough for me to move up here and not really think about it. If I move up here, I'm spending money that I could be saving to then buy a house or move out somewhere else that I'd actually want to live. And on top of it, all of my friends, everything I do, or all of my friends and everything I do outside of work is in London. If I'm now moving outside of London, I'm moving for work. I'm moving, and the only thing I'll have up there is work. and work friends. And that's how work takes over in my life. I've tried it before. When I did my internship, all of my friends in Wales were my work friends, and there's nothing wrong with that, but also I think it was part of the reason that I'm no longer friends with some people from there. So it's a tricky one. I think it's something you've got to balance. The main point is, I did not study to live for work. So then that just makes me think, is there really anything wrong with wanting a lazy girl job? On the other hand, because people are going for jobs that pay them the most with the least amount of effort, or just going for jobs that pay the bills, I feel like people aren't really being encouraged to work in something that they're passionate about. Unless your passion happens to be something that pays really well, then hun, you have hit the jackpot. So it's like, okay, cool, what do I do? Aim for a lazy girl job or be poor? In my humble opinion, as someone who works in a field that she is not passionate about whatsoever, I honestly think you should just go for the job that pays the bills. I know that's not what some of you wanted to hear. I know that's not what some of you were expecting me to say, but you've got to work somewhere that pays the bills. I do think this requirement to work somewhere that pays the bills is part of the reason for this lost spark epidemic. It's something that has come about because of the cost of living crisis. The world's a bit messy at the moment. Things need to be paid for. People need to be supported. Like, there's no more time and there's no more money for doing things outside of work, for choosing a passion over paying bills. Hence, people are feeling like they're losing their spark, me included. I literally spend hours in a week commuting to or from work. I get home, I'm tired. I try to go to the gym, cool, but the gym is not a passion. The gym is something I do just to keep healthy, considering I eat crap. So is this why we all feel like we're losing our sparks? Is this why we all feel like life's a bit boring, especially post uni? Is this why everyone's trying to become a content creator, to be honest? Is this why, oh, and my camera is flashing? I'm gonna pick this up later. Guys, you know what's so funny is that I am not a lover of coffee, but you see a flat white with these. So there's these coffee beans that mum bought. They're called, I think the brand's called like Rave or something. They slap. They're so good. I'm obsessed. I promise you I don't like coffee, but I love a flat white with these coffee beans. Anyway, I am back and it is the next day. First of all, you see the hair that I was so proud of in the car yesterday? The rain literally, guys, I promise you, I thought my hair was covered. I put my hood on, clearly not enough. And yeah, the hair was ruined. I'm so glad that I went to the bathroom first, before I sat down on my seat at work, because I had to put it back. I just had to scrape the whole thing back. I put it in a half up, half down, which was kind of cute, but not as cute as the fringe. Oh, it was so nice. So that was quite sad. But anyway, I'm back here today because I'm going to finish our conversation. The mic is clipped to this deep heat thing that I bought on the way to work yesterday, because Bonnicky would have smelt up the room a bit too much. So I thought I'd buy something else that's a bit nicer to my colleagues, you know. Unfortunately, my leg is worse, but I am going out tonight. Not out. I'm just going out for dinner with some friends, one of whom lives in Ireland. So I just feel like I have to go because I don't know when I'm next going to see him. But back to yesterday's conservation, I feel like I've become obsessed with this word spark. And unfortunately for you in this season, you're going to hear it a lot. I just really want to spend a lot of time focusing on what makes me obsessed with my life, because you hear so many stories about people who work. When they get home, they're miserable, or they're mean to their family, or they're just not really engaged in life outside of work. And I will never be that kind of person in Jesus' name. So I've just been thinking a lot, especially with this time off socials. Guys, I'm actually finding it so hard to be off socials. I was saying to Miss Man yesterday, I just want a good scroll, which I think means I just need a good endorphins hit. But unfortunately for me, my leg has been taking the mick for the last week, so I can't even go to the gym to get those endorphins. Can't go on a walk because I've been advised to rest, even though I'm doing the opposite. I can't even eat sugar because I've given up sugar this month. Like, have I given up too much? Oh my gosh. Guys, where am I supposed to get my endorphins from? Can you please comment some suggestions of how to get endorphins? Because I'm struggling. But as I was saying, I am kind of obsessed with this word spark. I'm very fortunate in the fact that I have a job that allows me to have a pretty good work-life balance. So I can literally, it's Friday today, I can literally clock out of work at 12, which is what I'm going to do. And then I'm meeting Michaela because it was her birthday yesterday. So we're just going to go to Stratford, do a little bit of shopping. But my job does allow me to have enough time to do things outside of work. I just don't think I'm using the time wisely. Because obviously I love YouTube as a platform. I've always loved YouTube. I love to vlog. I love to yap. I really do understand why so many big creators still prefer YouTube to other platforms. It just feels a bit more homey and like comfortable. But I do think that I need to spend more time kind of searching for what I like to do outside of work. As much as I feel like for the past year and a half, I've treated my job as a lazy girl job, something that I'm qualified to do, but I don't really have to put a lot of effort into doing it. I don't think that's given me the satisfaction that I thought it would. I am someone who really loves being good at stuff. It's kind of all or nothing. Toxic in some ways, but it is a bit all or nothing for me. And I think for the past year and a half, I've kind of hated being an engineer because I just don't get any enjoyment from it. But this past week, I've been on a new project. I'm back in my old team and things feel really, really good. I feel like I am going to get to a place where I am literally amazing. You know what? Am I just obsessed with being good at things? Yeah, I am just obsessed with being good at things. And I can see myself being spectacular at this job that I have now. And that excites me. So is that more important than having a lazy girl job, having a job that allows for a work-life balance or creating time for a work-life balance while also being really good at my job? Not necessarily loving it. I'm still not passionate about space. I think space is interesting. Wouldn't say I'm passionate about it. But I think it creates a good enough balance that I, at least this week, have been quite happy, even though my leg has been annoying me. But if anything in this video resonated with you, please do feel free to comment. Let's have a little discussion in the comments. And you know what? Cheers to finding what makes us obsessed with life. Yeah. Hope you have a lovely weekend and I will see you next week. Bye.